Dear students, my name is Ieva. I am a career consultant from Vilnius University, and this is the first video from the series dedicated to efficient learning. As you probably have experienced it yourself, at the beginning of the new semester, a lot of students promise themselves to study regularly, to start from the beginning and not to leave everything for the last minute before the exam session. So in this video, I will share some of the recommendations that might help you to motivate yourself to study regularly, and some tips on how to do that, how to plan your studying time so that you would be more efficient and that you could take all the best that you can from the lectures during the semester. When I say regular studies, what I mean is a learning process when a student divides his or her time in equal time slots across the semester instead of leaving everything for periods before the exams or other assignments. And when I mention this way of learning to the students, usually they are quite interested and they say that, well, yes, it would be a good way. I would like to try to do that, but it's so difficult. I tried it many times and I didn't succeed. I failed and I have no idea how to do that. What's my problem? And here I want to share with you some of the experience of other students who tried this routine and to get you a little bit more motivated, at least to try one more time. So actually, according to the study, 73% of the students report getting better grades after they start studying regularly. And of course, this happens because they have more time, they use it more efficiently, and much more information gets stuck in long-term memory instead of just remembering what you've just studied the night before, writing everything down in the exam, and then soon forgetting that information. Another good advantage of studying regularly is improved concentration, because when you have a regular studying time, your brain don't need to make those decisions like when should I study? Should I study now, or maybe I should go for a walk or play some games? And brain doesn't get so tired when they know what do they do at a specific time. And when they don't get tired, then they can be more concentrated on the studying material. It becomes some kind of a habit. Of course, they learn more as well because when you prepare for the lectures and you study the material, you understand more during the lectures, and it's much easier to follow the professor and to understand what he is talking about. And then after the lectures, you are more motivated to do your homework. When you are more motivated to do your homework, you understand the following lectures more, and then you prepare better for the exams. It becomes more productive as well because you get concentrated, you have a habit of studying. That means that you don't waste so much time on various distractions like social media, phone checking, etc. When you understand the material that you are studying, it becomes much more interesting because you get more motivated to learn more, and you don't get the dissatisfaction from not understanding everything that you hear during the lectures or read during your homework. Yes, this is another question that I get. So how should I do it? Again, students try, they fail, and they need some tips on improving themselves in this area. And this is why I am here for you. Let's go through the steps that might help you to plan your studying time. What you should start with is listing your activities and all the assignments that you have in the following semester. This should include lab work, project deadlines, home assignments, and maybe some essays, of course, the exams and midterm exams. And another thing that you should include is other responsibilities. What I mean well, your life is not studies only. Of course, you have some other activities that you like doing or need to do. It might include exercises, work, recreational activities, maybe some hobbies that you have to dedicate some of your time regularly. So when you have all the list of these activities, studying activities and other responsibilities, try to evaluate how much time it will take to do them in the whole. So, for example, if you have an essay to write, and from your previous experience you know that to write an essay like that, it takes you approximately 8 hours, and the deadline for it is after 1 month. You know that you will have to spend to put 8 hours or divide 8 hours in your calendar to complete this assignment. Another tip that might help is having some extra time and giving approximately 30% more time than you think it will need, just in case you have some unexpected things to do, or just in case this project needs more time than you considered at the beginning. So, for example, if you say that for writing your essay you need 8 hours, so put another 2.5 hours extra so that you can be sure that the assignment will be completed in time. Then the next step is dividing all that amount of hours across the week and across the semester. Knowing when you will have your deadlines, you can know how much time you will need to spend each week to complete those assignments and personal responsibilities. What really helps is putting everything in the calendar. It might be Google Calendar or your personal calendar on paper, or any other way that you like, just to see all the deadlines and other activities throughout the week in one place. This will be much easier, and you will not need a specific time every day to think hardly, what should I do now? How to set the studying time. When you know how much hours do you need to spend every week on various activities, then you can set a specific studying time, which might vary from week to week. Maybe you will spend more hours on preparation for exams and less hours when you have only reading and no specific assignments. To be successful in studying regularly, it is very important to be specific. So when you set a studying time, what you should include are the specific days of the week which you will dedicate for your studying time. To choose those days, what you can use is the basic calendar, where you put all your regular activities like workouts, job hours, maybe your lectures, which happen on the same time every week. This will help you to see on which time of the week you have more hours or enough time for your learning activities. The next step is deciding the hours or actions that will trigger your studying time. What I mean is that in those days which you choose for your studies, it is important to set a trigger which will encourage you to study. Hour, it sounds like at 4 p.m. and the end is at 6 p.m. or activity might be after the last lecture. The second option might be very useful if you have a different lectures time, and sometimes it might be difficult to set a time from 4 to 6 p.m. every day, because one day you have lectures from 8 to 10, another day you have lectures from 8 to 6, and it will be difficult to have the hours. So the action, for example, after the last lecture might be more comfortable to form a habit. The last step is to choose a place. To have the same place for your studies also will help you to form a habit of learning. To sum up, your studying time might sound like that: every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after the last lecture at the library. And what if you go through all of those steps and it still doesn't work? Well, it's absolutely normal. No person is a robot, and we all have our different motivations, our different moods that influence our habit change, our studying process, and it's absolutely normal that our motivation fluctuates in time. Don't give up. Learning how to learn is a process and not a one-time event. So when you spend a couple of weeks trying to do your best to keep with your studying routine, if you see that it doesn't work as well as you would like to, go through your plan. Look what works and what doesn't. What challenges do you have? And then try to solve those problems. See your own experience. Check what worked for you in the past, and keep looking for what works for you. This video was prepared for you by Student Affairs and Career Office. All these nice people that you see in front of you are ready to help you if you have questions regarding your studies, internships, traineeships, or career. So feel free to contact us, Career Center at vu.lt, and we will be happy to help you. See you in the next videos.